Hey peoples, and welcome to the spring edition of the Zenith update. So firstly, apologies for the lack of content on the channel. This is purely because I've been working on other film elements that don't lend themselves to YouTube videos. So what have I been doing since last we spoke? Editing. I have a bunch of short films and proof of concepts that all got put on the shelf when Silent Hill Requiem got funded. So since last December, I have been editing my, now decades old, Syndicate Wars short film project. We shot this back in 2012, around the release of the Syndicate reboot, that FPS game that most, if not all, Syndicate fans hated. I didn't hate it as much as the others did, FPS being my favourite gaming genre, but I fully appreciate why Syndicate fans would hate that their isometric strategy shooter had become another 7th gen first person shooter. Now, I grew up with Syndicate Wars back in the day. My friend around the corner had it for his PC, and when he showed me its dystopian roots, destroying an entire bank to steal some cash, the amazing music and that intro.
Move along. Keep moving.
I was hooked. I had also recently gotten into the Blade Runner director's cut at the time, so it certainly satisfied the cyberpunk itch I had developed. We shot this short film in between shooting other projects, so it was very off the cuff with a scrappy storyboard, which is why the entire short is devoid of dialogue. I wanted to test my ability to tell a story visually, and also as I was just dropping the idea onto Olwyn, Steve and Sam while we were filming other projects, I wanted it to be a fun and easy few hours for them. It took all of 5 hours to get everything filmed, and I did start working on the intro panning shot of the film. Here's what I did back then. It's okay, but very basic and wasn't what I really wanted. Alas, that was the level of my expertise back then. I also worked on 2 quick shots to find an art style for the film, but again was never really happy with the end results. But now I am happy with what I have been working on. Having gained a lot of knowledge with 3ds Max, thanks to Silent Hill Requiem, I have been able to build an entire section of a city that the film takes place in. And I am also finally satisfied with the art style for the film. And here's another still. Of course, me telling you this rather than showing you it in motion is because it's not finished yet. I am still working on the Foley sounds for the film, which, if you have seen my making of Silent Hill Requiem, you know that adding in the sound effects is my least favourite part of the job, and takes me a long time to source the sound I can hear in my head, and then place it correctly into the space of the film. But it's around 85% done, and since it's a micro short, I am also going to add a making of at the end of it, to pad the runtime, but I do get asked a lot of the time about my process, so figured I may as well add it to the end of these smaller projects. Is that all I've been doing since last we spoke? Nope, I have also been storyboarding. If you remember from the last Zenith update, I mentioned another proof of concept I wanted to make called Liark. Well, I have now storyboarded that, and we were supposed to have already filmed it at the start of April, but Olwyn got sick, not COVID, and so we have had to postpone the shoot to her next bit of free time. We will also be filming the Tomb Raider proof of concept at the same time. And for those of you waiting on Silent Hill Lazarus news, I have 5 episodes wrote, currently collecting ideas together for the 6th episode, and filming should start for the project this summer, all being well. If you didn't know, I have started streaming on Twitch again, only on a Saturday. If Swifty and Arctic can join me, we play point and click adventure games, and if it's just me, I play whatever. So if you're free on a Saturday afternoon and want to join me, please feel free to drop by. Also, if you want to help out Zenithfilms financially, you can check out our new Etsy store for merch. You could become a patron on our Patreon page, or you can simply drop us a tip, all links in the description below. And if none of that is possible, simply liking, commenting and sharing this video does just as much. And speaking of Patreon, it's time for me to thank my current patrons. A massive thanks goes out to Amy Ballett, Gideon Martinez, Sylvia Garcia, Jason S. Perry, Daniel Hughes, and Mike Mikvek. And with that, I leave you again. I hope this has found you well and safe, and as always, all the best.